Hello everyone, happy holidays. This is Sean Lennon with the Fightlete Report. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Just some MMA news to wrap up the year. Crazy year of 2020 here for Fightlete.com and the Fightlete Report. Here is our news segment. Today is December 30th, 2020, and I'm your host, Sean Lennon. Khazmet Chimaev, welterweight, is out of UFC Fight Island January 20th. With Leon Edwards, no opponent is announced as his replacement for Edwards. Chimaev had to let his lungs recover. This is stemming from his previous COVID complications that took him out of the fight in December. Originally scheduled for against Edwards, so this is the second time this fight has been booked and has not happened. It's been canceled on the part of Khazmet Chimaev. However, a guy that had 3 successful fights in UFC, I'm sure the anticipation is just going to keep on building. And we'll see if there's any replacement for Leon Edwards. We know that a leg injury has kept Stephen Thompson, who just fought back on the 21st, from stepping in to face Leon Edwards at UFC Fight Island 8, or else he'd be ready. UFC is still looking for a possible replacement. No one has been replaced at this time. Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya is announced for the light heavyweight championship, UFC 259, on March 6th. Israel Adesanya steps up to light heavyweight for the first time to take on Jan Blachowicz and possibly become a two-division contender in UFC, a two-division champion rather in the UFC, and we'll have to see if he gets it done. A big fight, of course. This is the main event, but UFC 259 will also feature the return of Amanda Nunes as she defends her featherweight title against Megan Anderson. And further in the main card action, we have Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rakic at 205 pounds. So those are the 3 top fights that have been announced so far. More are to come for UFC 259 on March 6th. No location is set yet. We'd assume it'd be in Las Vegas, but no location is set. Happy birthday to Darren Stewart and Carl Rosa in the UFC. Today is their birthday. Women's boxing champion Claressa Shields signs with PFL. Training at Jackson Wing currently for her debut in 2021. Of course, she'll be competing for the women's tournament, the tournament format for the 155-pound women's division. Last year it was Kayla Harrison who won that in 2019. So we'll see what happens. 2021, Kayla Harrison was able to get one fight out of the way when she won at Invicta 39 against Courtney King. That was a huge, actually, Invicta 43 against Courtney King. A huge fight for her as well, so can't wait to see more from Kayla Harrison in the future in PFL. Talking about PFL, of course, Anthony Showtime Pettis announced last Monday that he announced his signing with PFL starting the 2021 season. According to his manager, he is set, ready to go. This was the best opportunity for him. A veteran of the UFC for the past decade, I would say, yes, about the past decade. And of course, longer than that, if you count his days in WEC, which stem back to 2008. First time he is leaving the Zuffa umbrella, going to Professional Fighters League to compete in the 155-pound. I believe it would be the 155-pound tournament, but we're not sure which one he's going to be at 170 or 155. According to manager, Khabib Nurmagomedov will fight the winner of McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. This is the main event for UFC 257. That's according to Adel Al-Aziz, who is Khabib Nurmagomedov's manager. And this will be January 23rd on Fight Island, of course, is UFC 257. So the winner could find themselves facing Khabib Nurmagomedov later on in 2021 for the UFC lightweight title. After making a photo of a water cut, as he had described it, George St. Pierre teased an announcement of a new team coming soon. This was later revealed as Team Zero Budweiser, a new non-alcoholic beer, and sponsorship. January is going to be the non-alcohol month for the Budweiser company and Anheuser-Busch that they're promoting. Zero alcohol for the month of January. So George St. Pierre is their spokesman for that, for their new product, which is a non-alcoholic beer. And Budweiser Zero. No further announcements of George St. Pierre going to another team or, training for a comeback, but we'll have to see later on. A light heavyweight fight between Magomed Ankalaev and Nikita Krylov has been booked to go down on February 27th, 2021 as well. And another change in plans as Victoria Leonardo will be part of the January 27th card, UFC Fight Night card happening on January 27th. Who won in the UFC, who was non-UFC after a win of the Contender Series. We did an interview with her for Fightlete.com and on the Fightlete YouTube channel. She won that contract in week 10 of that, and now she is confirmed to fight Manon Fiorot at January 20th, 2021. Her previous opponent had pulled out, Natalia Silva, which was supposed to be for the same date. So Victoria Leonardo will be making her UFC debut against Manon Fiorot, who is 5-1, comes from France. So that'll be her debut fight, and that fight was just announced this past week as well. Also, in MMA news, we're going to be talking about according to a recent report from Variety, and this is from MMAfighting.com, who published this. They revealed that there's going to be a bump in UFC pay-per-view prices from $64.99 to $69.99. The price for subscriptions for ESPN Plus will also increase as well. And of course, to get the pay-per-views, to purchase them, you must have the ESPN Plus app subscribed to. And ESPN will raise that price for the annual ESPN subscriptions to $59.99 a year from its current price of $49.99 a year, a 20% hike. ESPN will allow renewals of the annual subscriptions for existing subscribers at $49.99 at least till March 2nd of 2021. UFC Fight Island starts January 16th with Holloway versus Kedar as the main event. Another great fight night for Fight Island, and of course, that's the event that's going to be kicking off for Fight Island as well, and we'll be covering that here on Fightlete.com. Nothing else announced for that until that day for UFC. Ricky Simone, Brian Kelleher will be in the co-main event of that card as well, and also featuring a match between Anthony Fluffy Hernandez and Rodolfo Vieira, Tom Breeze and Amari Akhmedov, and Jin Yang Lee versus Santiago Ponzinibbio, who we haven't seen for a while at 170. And Joaquin Buckley, coming off that highlight reel kick of last year, will be matched up against Alessio Di Chirico in the middleweight division. Carlos Condit will be taking on Matt Brown at 170 pounds as well. So it's a big card, everybody. Check it out. January 16th, it goes down. And UFC Fight Island will be back. So UFC Fight Island 7, that's the name of the event. And make sure to check that out. We'll be having coverage of this here on Fightlete.com as well. So Bellator Scott Coker, the president, explained why Yoel Romero happened. Signing Yoel Romero happened despite not wanting to at first. He said, "I'll tell you one thing in the situation. People don't realize, even if we were going to let it pass, we talk to these agents all the time, every day. Yoel's name kept coming up and up. Finally, I said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just add him to the mix. He's such an amazing talent. He is someone that's very dangerous. He definitely can still fight." And Scott Coker also signed former UFC light heavyweight contender Anthony Rumble Johnson early this month as well. Well, that's it for today on Fightlete.com, Fightlete News. Make sure to head over to Fightlete.com for our latest articles, interviews. We've got some great content that we're going to be releasing from Valley Flow Academy, VFS. We got the chance to go out there and interview Nasia Bahamones. And we also got to interview the coach, Mike Valley, as well, and some shout-outs. So it's fun to get some good training content there. First time we had the opportunity to do that as well. So head over to Fightlete.com for all the exclusive MMA interviews, live updates as well. I'm your host, Sean Lennon, and I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year.